If you are new to this channel, then welcome to you guys. We are about to change the way that you guys trade in the stock market. This is like nothing you probably have ever seen before. We don't use indicators. We don't use EMA crossings. We don't use VWAP. Not to say you can't, but for us, we are strictly using the candlesticks. That's all we use. That's all we ever will use. So if you are brand new here, then again, thank you guys for joining me. This is our watch list for Tuesday, March 28th. I put these watch lists out for you guys for free every single day. No charge to you guys. I want you guys to try and learn this strategy as much as you can and as easy as you can. So that's why I put these videos out. I'll start by saying this screen that you see in front of you, this is TradingView. You're going to need something like this if you want to trade and set up charts, etc. And then if you are looking for something like this, in the description, there's a link down below. So that link will give you a free 30-day trial to TradingView. And then if you decide to actually go ahead and use those subscriptions, you'll get up to $30 off of that subscription. So let's get started on this list. We're going to start with NEO. So you notice NEO has this inside bar. So inside bars, guys, inside bars don't break the high. They don't break the low of the previous candle. Now this one is even. So we basically have the same low on this wick and this wick. So I've moved the target down to here. But this is what we call in the strat. And you can call it an inside bar, you can call it a one bar. So we deal with ones and twos and threes. So a one bar is an inside bar, a two candle is a directional candle. It can go two down or two up. And then these three bars are outside bars. They break both the high and the low of the previous candle. And you notice this inside bar is painted yellow, the outside bar painted white. That's part of my Griswold Strat indicator that I created. So that Griswold Strat indicator can be purchased with the link in the description below. It includes this time frame continuity indicator, which is super important for us. It tells us which direction the market is right across the board on the yearly, quarterly, monthly. I have videos on that. I've got 100+ videos for you guys to learn this stuff. Learning tools galore for you guys to really immerse yourself and learn this strategy as easy as you can. So the Strat indicator that I've created includes this. It includes the yellow inside bars, the white outside bars, the candlestick numbers, Sarah Strat Sniper's 50% rule. That's what this purple line is for the week, but it also includes on the daily and the monthly 50% rules as well, and a bunch of other features. So let's get started on this list though. We're going to start off with NEO. So NEO has this inside bar like we talked about. So we can take breaks to the highs or the lows, but time frame continuity is telling us we are trending to the downside. So that's what we would look at. Do we hit this target? Probably not. It's not very likely, but there's still opportunity here for a really good trade. And again, guys, if you're looking for a little bit more in depth on how to get in and how to get out of these, I've got plenty of shorts for you guys to jump in on and take a peek at. Shows you exactly how I trade every single day, okay? So that's a setup for NEO on that inside bar. I do want to tell you guys, if you're watching now, make sure you stick around. I'm going to give away, I have a Strat course. So that course is included in the Griswold Gold membership. I will tell you, like, if you have questions, we're live here now, so you can leave them in the chat section if you have questions. And if you're watching a recording of this, you can leave them in the comment section below. I'm on Twitter at Mr. Clark Griswold. You can leave questions there, or there's a link down below to join the Discord. The Discord is free to join, okay? You guys are more than welcome to join in there and talk stock or whatever you guys want to talk about in that room. It's free to join. There is a premium paid membership as a part of that, where you get a 1-hour Strat course. Like I said, I want to give that away to somebody today. I want to give away that Strat course today to somebody, but that's included. You get one-on-ones with me as part of that group. You get the top 5 from these lists. You get live trading bots that I've created, so the trades come to you guys. You guys don't have to go searching for them, and a bunch of other really great stuff in there, okay? So make sure you check that out. All the information is in the Discord. Let's go on to the next one. We're going to go on to SPY. I love SPY. I'll tell you right now, SPY will always be on my top 5. It's what I watch every single day, and it's just what I've really come to know and come to trade quite often. So SPY, we talked about those 2 up. So this is a 2 up right here. It only broke the high of the previous candle. So it's a 2 and it's a 2 up. The thing is though, it finished red. So I call this a failed 2. We have a 2 up that finished red. We're going to look for this thing to trend back to the downside. A 2 up that finished red. We've got half the time frame continuity with us on the hourly, the daily, the weekly. The monthly, the quarterly, and the yearly are still pushing up, but we'll see how that goes and if it changes at any point. Now, if you want to see where it would change, you just go to the monthly chart, and the monthly chart tells you it would change at 395, whatever the open was here, wherever it opened, 395.43 or in that range. So if we looked at 395.43 on here, that month is going to flip just before we hit our trigger to the downside. So we would have the hourly, the daily, the weekly, and the monthly all in our favor on this setup. So we can look for puts at 395.56 and first targets at 389.40 on SPY. So we move into DraftKings. So DraftKings has a very similar setup. We have that 2 up that finished red. Now it does have an inside bar preceding it. So they would call this in the strat a 1-2-2 rev strat. It really is, we're just realistically looking for a 2-2 reversal on this thing. So a 2 up red, and in our next candle we're going to look for a 2 down red. A 2-2 reversal with good time frame continuity in our favor is very important. So we would look for puts at $17.33. That would be our trigger, not our strike price. My strike price on this, I would look to get 1 or 2 strikes outside of my trigger price. Okay, so 17.33 would be my trigger price. My strike price, it could be 17.50, it could be 17, it could be 16.50. Okay, that's what I would be looking for. Most likely in this case, I'd be looking at a 17.50 or a 17 strike price on DraftKings. And again, if you guys are just joining in and you do have questions, please leave them in the chat section on the right-hand side. I believe you have to be subscribed to leave comments or ask questions. I believe. I could be wrong on that. And again, if you're watching it on the recording, you can leave them in the comment section below. And please do. There are no stupid questions, guys. There really isn't. If you guys are learning this stuff and you're trying to learn, ask the questions. That's why I'm here. That's why a lot of the people who are teaching this strat are here. It's to help you guys out, okay? We want to become better traders than we are now, and we want you to do the same thing. I mean, I really, really do want you guys to be good traders. I want people to, be able to live their dreams and do what they want to do and have that extra cash to be able to do that or do this full time. So they can do what they want to do, so they can spend more time with their kids and have some freedom. Okay? Well, let's move on to Ford. Ford has a 2 up that finished red, and you notice here, this is the time frame continuity. Now, I can't remember if I told you, but I do have a video on time frame continuity to explain what it is and how it works. But we have full time frame continuity across the board. So this is something that I would look for to trend back down to the downside off of this 1141 trigger. Okay? And we're also stuck on an inside bar. Okay, so that's these 2 pink lines here. We're stuck on in between those 2 pink lines. Those are lines that I put in there from the weekly chart. So if I go to the weekly chart, there we are. That's my inside bar here. Those are my marks, and we're stuck. We're trying to break out of that. We're trying to break through that. So if we go back to the daily, if we trigger on the day, now I don't know, but I don't think we are going to trend down not tomorrow anyways, maybe Wednesday, maybe Thursday, maybe we trend down, maybe we trend up, but I don't think we break out of that weekly inside bar. Probably not tomorrow. It's more realistically if it happens on Wednesday or Thursday. Okay, but we do have full time frame continuity, so this is a play that I would really look for on Ford. As we move into Microsoft, we look onto Microsoft. Microsoft has that 2 up that finished red. Let's adjust these. a little bit. There we go. And I'm going to put in a target for you guys, which is not a great target, okay? I've seen much better than that. Most targets are not great. But again, here's the thing, we've gone 2 up on the week already. This is the inside bar weekly parameters that I put in, the highs and the lows of last week. We broke through that today, and then we came back down. So we'll see. Here is, if I go into here, this is the 50, this purple line is the 50% marker of the week of last week on Microsoft. So if we trend below that, that means that we have a high probability of potentially going outside week on Microsoft, okay? Alibaba, I'm going to take out of here. And we're going to move on to CRM. CRM I'm actually going to take off as well. It doesn't look like there's a setup there. What is going on here? Okay. We'll move on to American Airlines. So American Airlines has the 2 up red. It's got really good time frame continuity to the downside. So we can look for those puts at 1371 and then the first target at 1336 on American Airlines. We move on to Adobe. So Adobe, here's that rev strat we were looking for, that 122, or that we talked about, not that we were looking for. But we have that 2 up to finish red. We've got time frame continuity across the week and the day. We'll look for this to trend down. We can mark our first target just at the low of the preceding wick. So there's our trigger, there's our target, that's on Adobe. From there, we move on to AFRM. So again, a 122 rev strat, that's what we're looking for here again. And triggers and targets marked out for you guys. We can look for, let's get rid of that. We can look for puts at 992, first target at 967 on AFRM. What? Why is this doing this? Give me a second here, guys. All right. Well, CVS. So we have talked about CVS a lot throughout this year. I talked about it on almost every video. So CVS has this 2 up to finish red, the 122 rev strat. We've got full time frame continuity. If you go look at CVS, if we go look at CVS on the weekly, that's what we've got on the weekly on CVS. It's been a continuous downtrend. Okay. We're going to look for more of the same here. So I'm going to say this is going to be our little reversal here to come up and then come back down. Okay, so we do have full time frame continuity. A 122 rev strat is what we are looking for, so we can look for those puts at 73.32. CVX, there's no play. DIA, we've got the same thing. So a 2 up to finish red. We've got full time frame continuity to the downside, so puts at 323.30. And then normally the first target goes to the bottom here. In this case, because we have a gap, there's no candle from here to here, okay? When this candle closed and this one opened, this is our gap here, okay? So in order to fill that gap, we have to have a target in place. So instead of putting it at the low of the candle like we usually would, we put it at the high of the candle to fill that gap, and then our next target goes to the bottom. If we move on to EW, same thing, 2 up, finish red, 122 rev strat. We're also looking to break out of that inside bar, those 2 pink lines on EW. So puts at $80.74. I'm really not, what is going on here? We'll move on to PayPal. bunch of those should not be on there. So PayPal, we've got a 2 up to finish red. Full time frame continuity. Again, on our side, to the downside, we'll look for those puts at 73.18. First target at 71.53. QCOM, 2 up, finish red. We're going to look for a trigger price of 123.32. We'll remove that, and we'll move that target in place there. First target at 122.92. I'm going to tell you guys this. If you're watching this and you're part of the Discord, or you're just joining the Discord, in the general trade, comment, I want the course. Okay? If you guys comment, I want the course within the Discord, I will pick somebody and we will get you guys the free course, the 1 hour strat course for you guys, okay? So from QCOM, we're going to go to QQQ, has that 2 up that finished red. And we are, again, I don't talk a lot about broadening formations, but we are trending at the top of one here. So we'll see if we continue to use this as resistance, or if we're actually going to start trending down on QQQ. So we have that 2 up red. We can look for puts at 307.89, and then our first target at 306.95. Starbucks, 2 up red with a shooter candle, full time frame continuity. So we have a lot of things going for us in our favor here. Number 1, we've got that 2 up that finished red. Okay, that's 1. Number 2, we have a shooter candle. So a shooter candle, guys, there's 3 actionable signals when we talk about the strat. There's a shooter candle, which is a bearish pattern, a hammer candle, which is a bullish pattern, and the inside bar. I always tell people to look for those inside bars. They're very, very powerful and potentially have the, well, they have the potential to be very profitable. So those are the 3 actionable signals. So a shooter candle is what you see right here. We have this body and then a wick that's at least 2 times the size of that body. Okay, a hammer candle is just the opposite, where we have the body at the top and the wick to the bottom is at least 2 times the size of the body. And then an inside bar, we've talked about that. You guys know what the inside bars are. So we have a 2 up to finish red. We have a shooter candle. We have full time frame continuity. This is a high probability setup. We also have a gap to fill here. So again, we talked about putting the targets at the bottom of the candles, but in this case, again, we have that gap. So we have to fill that gap, and when we do that, the top of that gap becomes our first target. So this would be, I'll tell you right now, another bonus, this is going to be on the top 5. Starbucks will be on the top 5, okay? So puts at 98.58, first target at 98.43. And I think I'm going to stop the list there, guys. I'm having a little issue here. I set a bunch of these up, and now they're not showing up. So that's going to be the list. If you guys are watching now and you have questions, you can feel free to ask them. I will answer them. I know this has not been the smoothest of setups for us, so or videos. So if you guys do have questions, leave them. If not, in the Discord, comment, I want the book. Or you know what, even if you comment down below, I want the book, I will enter you into the draw. You can get a hold of me, or I want the book. I want the course. Okay? Type in I want the course in the comment section, on Twitter, in the Discord, and I will enter you guys into a draw. I will give away the strat course that I've created for you guys, a 1 hour strat course. Okay? So I want the course. That's all you guys have to write. I apologize for all the communication here and the technical errors. We will be better tomorrow, but good luck trading on Tuesday, guys. If you have questions, make sure you leave them down below on Twitter or in the Discord.